Probably. They're going to have a great time.
Welcome back. We are excited to have you guys back for training number 2 of your successful start in your business.
This is called Business Basics.
All right, grab a pen. The next thing that you guys want to do to get a successful start is to get your calendar. Your calendar is going to be everything in your business. So the next dates we want you to mark down are all of your family obligations. What do you already have planned in your upcoming future? Mark those dates off so that you and your family do not grow to resent this business. You want to make sure that they are the priority. The next thing on that calendar that you want to write down is all of your upcoming local training dates. These are so important. Trainings, they always say those that train remain, those that don't won't, and it's so true. So make sure that you mark those training dates down in pen. And then the last thing we want you guys to mark down on your calendars are the dates that you are available to do a show. You can highlight those dates, you can put a sticker by those dates, however you want to show on your calendar that those are open dates for you guys to book. The next thing I want you guys to look at is what 6 days or who are you going to reach out to for your first 6 shows. You want to have a goal of booking those 6 shows before your training show. This just makes you feel confident and excited, so start reaching out to people as you can, and you can ask them to do your first set of shows.
And in fact, we're going to tell you exactly what to say.
Absolutely.
You don't have to memorize anything because it's all on this sheet that you're going to have access to. So I'm going to pretend that I'm you. I'm literally going to read off the sheet so that you can see how to do it. Get your calendar out in front of you, have your sheet in front of you, pick up your phone, and put a smile on your face. And here we go. It's ringing. Brrr. Hey, Mary, it's Carrie. I hope I'm not catching you at a bad time. I won't keep you long. I have a huge favor to ask you. I'm starting a new business. It's Premier Designs. I'm starting it so we can just help with our income needs for our family. Have you heard of Premier? Oh, now I'm a jewelry stylist. I'm loving it. The jewelry is beautiful, it's so versatile, and it comes with a great guarantee. Hey, I need your help. I need a few friends to help me get a solid start with this business. I need to hold 6 shows within my first 45 days to be fully trained. All you would do is just invite a few friends over for coffee and allow me to come over and practice my fashion show for you girls. They'll get a lot out of it. Oh yeah, they're gonna have a lot of fun. It is really fun because they have fashion tips. And guess what? You get a lot of free jewelry for helping me. The average hostess gets $150 to $250 in jewelry for free. Will you be one of my friends that's able to help me? Now, if they say yes, you want to get a date on the calendar. That's why you need your calendar in front of them. And even if they don't know what date yet, get a tentative date by saying, well, let's just go from here. Does a weekday or a weekend work better for you? That way you can narrow it down. You have to give them options so that you're in control. Now, if they say no, this is what you're supposed to say. Ask if they'd be willing to pass the catalog around or attend your training show. So for example, you could say, oh, that's too bad, but I totally understand. Hey, would you be willing to pass the catalog around and collect orders and get free jewelry that way? That's really important. And let them know that the jewelry will arrive in 10 to 14 days after you close out their show.
Now remember, you also mark down a date 1 week after your training show and also 1 month after your training show. So if they can't attend your training show date, that's okay. Invite them to the next one a week after, and if they can't attend that one, invite to the one a month later.
It's really hard to say no 3 times in a row.
Absolutely. They'll say yes once. Now the next thing we need you guys to do is to set up an email address. It's really easy. All you got to do is go on to whatever you're normally using, Yahoo, Google, AOL, whatever it is, and make a business address. It just keeps things simple and separated from your personal account. So set your email address up, and then we can show you, or your Premier Mom can show you, how to update that in Premier. The next thing is also with your voicemail. You want to make sure that your full name is on your voicemail, because if Premier calls, they have to hear your first and your last name to know that they've identified the right person, and also it makes it more personal and also more professional for the people that are calling you, your customers and your hostesses. So change your voicemail if it doesn't already say your name and include that on there. The next thing is to open up a separate checking account. Again, we want to keep things separate from your personal accounts. Don't set up a business account. You can set up a personal account, but just make sure there's a separate one just for Premier, and you also want to have a debit card associated with that.
That's really nice because you can see money going in and money coming out that's associated with your business, and it doesn't get messed together with your normal finances.
Absolutely. And then in order to collect all of your credit card processing, you can either use ProPay, you can use Square. There's a couple other ones out there. We typically use those too. So whatever one you feel best with, you can also contact your Premier Mom and ask if she has a preference. But get a credit card processor set up, ready for your training shows so you can accept credit cards. People usually spend more when they can use their credit card.
The other thing that you might want to have is some business cards. You definitely want to have business cards. Make sure it's your name and your contact information on it. You know, you may also want to label every single piece of material that's going out promotional-wise. So all of your catalogs, they need to have your name on them. They need to have your phone number and your email address, because if that catalog gets left in somebody's office and someone who's a stranger to you picks it up and they love it, they might want to contact the person. If there's no contact information, they won't be able to do that. So just make sure your name is on everything. The other thing you might want to set up is a personal website through Premier. If you would like to have a viewable catalog online, then you can do that as an option. I will let you know that you do not have to do that in order to have a successful business, but it is there if you would like it. And finally, we want you to set up your boutique so you're so excited with your brand new jewelry, and Premier does a wonderful job at setting you up for success. They've created pictures to show you exactly how to set it up. So we want you to take a picture. We want you to set it up, take a picture, and send it to your Premier Mom.
Even post it on our family Facebook page so we can cheer you on as you get your business started. The next thing we want you guys to do is, in your kit, you received 4 brochures. You've already read the Track to Success. Now we want you to read the Polishing Up and also the Jewelry Show brochures. Mark down any questions you might have, and on your weekly call with your Premier Mom, you can ask her any questions that weren't answered by you reading those. And then the last thing that we want you to do is just start to get organized. We understand that you guys got a lot of stuff in that kit. Premier gives you a ton as you're getting started. So just have a separate place, maybe in your office or even in your house somewhere, that you can keep that stuff organized. Make it real simple for yourself and create the organization now.
Simple is better, because if you can keep it simple, then you'll keep being able to do it over and over again. In fact, most jewelers don't have an office or a space just dedicated to Premier. They just don't have the space in their house. But you know what they do have? A bag. A business in a bag. And Laurie has a great one she'd like to share with you.
Yeah, let me show you.
It's so pretty.
I ran my business for almost 4 years out of a bin, like one of those Tupperware bins, and that's all I needed, and my business in a bag. So you do not need an office space. I hardly ever use mine. So in my office in a bag, this can come with you anywhere, to the coffee shop, when you're carting kids back and forth. But in here, I keep always a set of catalogs. I've got all of my upcoming hostess information. I've got all of it at my fingertips, so I can call my customers or my hostesses all in that one envelope for each show. And then I've got my calendar. You always want your calendar with you. It's very, very important to know what you have coming up and what dates you have free.
A business in a bag really just helps you work the nooks and crannies of your day. So if you're a busy woman, which most women are, this is going to give you that freedom and flexibility, so you don't put it on the back burner and then you forget to do it. If it's with you all the time, then there's no reason why you can't.
The other things you're going to want to keep in there are your business cards, some pens, and always have some kind of personal development book that you are reading. So again, if you've got 5 minutes here and there waiting in doctor's offices or anything like that, you can always be growing yourself. It's really, really important for your business.
Now, we mentioned before that each video was going to have a code word. So this code word is
latte.
Woohoo! And you're going to have a latte fun with Premier. And let me tell you, your action items are to fill out this Business Basics checklist. It's a latte fun. So enjoy yourself, and we'll see you at the next training.